Hello there, Joseph Hennessy. The name of the channel is The Children. On YouTube, it's Joseph Hennessy 1161. I'm a starseed, a light worker, a rainbow warrior, an empath, kind, caring, compassionate human being, an extraterrestrial. We all could be a lot of different things because we're all just spiritual beings having human experiences on this beautiful planet that's been beaten, battered, and abused. But along with us, we're all being reinvented, being brought back to our original template, our God essence, the way we are truly intended to be. Just a matter of time. Every day more people are waking up to what's going on around us. We are ascending. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Endless wars, people living in the streets, drugs, homelessness. Everything's broken. The Matrix is broken. And the people who love the Matrix are out there yelling and screaming at who? The one guy who's going to tear the Matrix apart. Donald Trump. He's the great disruptor. That's what he's here to do. But they're going to keep on keeping on, trying to stop him. They keep using the same old playbook for the last 10 years. They're back on the Epstein Island list thing again. He was never there. If he was there, it would have been brought out a long time ago. A lot of bad people have been on Epstein Island. A lot of people you think are good have been on Epstein Island. A lot of sports people, a lot of movie stars, a lot of models. Guess what? They're all compromised. To be anybody on this planet, you have to sell your soul, or they're going to put you in compromising positions. They do it to everybody. Congress, athletes, actors, whoever they need. They put them in compromising positions. They want the Epstein Island list out, but Democrats had all that time the last 4 years to do it, and they did nothing. They're trying to pressure Trump into releasing it before he's ready to, because they know he's using it against them. He's using it for leverage. And I know that, well, that's blackmail, Joe. Well, if you know what's really going on this planet, we're in a spiritual war, and we're up against an adversary who will go to any means to win. So if he has to use that list against certain people to get things done, that's what he's going to do. He was never friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago because he was sitting on some young girls. Then I come to find out that when Jeffrey Epstein was initially arrested in 2006 or 8, Donald Trump was supposedly the one who went to the FBI or the CIA about him. So he's never been a fan of Jeffrey Epstein's. Never. Plus, he actually let Jeffrey Epstein into Mar-a-Lago when they weren't letting blacks or Jews in the country clubs in South Florida. Trump was the first to do that. But he's a racist, right? Nah, he's not a racist. I talked about that over and over again. Do your own homework. He was a Democrat up until 10, 11 years ago. Nothing's changed. His personality's still the same. Has the same values. He didn't fit the narrative of what they wanted him to be. He set them all up. He says, I caught them all. He calls them the swamp. He says, Israel will be last. The Zionists. They are not the same Israelis they are talking about in the Bible, which is a lot of BS anyway. All our ancient texts are 20% truth and 80% bullshit. They say all the real texts are underneath the Vatican. I'm sure they've been collected by Donald Trump, because I already been told, or I've heard 4 or 5 years ago, there was hundreds of planes, loads of gold underneath the Vatican. They've been stealing the riches like everybody else for thousands of years. Vatican is just an extension of the Roman Empire. I can just bounce all over the place, and I have a tendency to do that because you got Washington, D.C., London, and the Vatican is the three main hubs for the world, for the economics and the policies and the religion. Think about it. How much control they have. We live in a slave system. The one guy who's going to set us free or help set us free, because we're going to do our own work and set ourselves free, but he's the great disruptor. Think about it. Think about all the things they tried to do to that man. Tried to kill him. Tried to bankrupt him. Tried to put him in prison. Impeached him. And guess what? Nothing sticks. And nothing will. That's why they were so blatantly. They didn't care when they were doing all the lawfare against Trump when Biden was the president, because they said there's no way in hell this guy is going to be able to withstand all this barrage. Trying to kill him, trying to bankrupt him, trying to put him in prison. Nothing works. He is the real Teflon Don. He's protected by God. And if you're a light worker in a starseed like myself, you're protected by God. They can't do anything to you. And they try. There's a lot of bad entities out there who know who the light workers are. But we can't be stopped. This is our time. I speak about this all the time. The Hopi Indians talk about this time in history right now. 144,000 rainbow warriors, starseeds, light workers who came from the future to help fix Mother Gaia. This universe and galaxy is far more complex than our human minds can fathom. What's really happening behind the scenes right now, people wouldn't believe anything I was saying. There's ships up in the skies waiting to come down as soon as we raise our consciousness to that level. We're not the only ones in the galaxy. There's hundreds of other races out there. And if they wanted to get us, well, guess what? They would have got us. But this is a test planet. It's a closed system. We live in a dome. The blue up in the sky is the firmament. It says it in the Bible. It's a test planet that keeps going wrong. Free will. Left to our own free will, we get to this point every time. He floods the planet and he starts over again. Not this time. The experiment's over. This place is just going to be a fifth dimension planet, be part of the Galactic Federation. Unconditional love, abundance for everybody, freedom, joy, no work, no wars, no government that tries to set mandates or precedents. You'll have community leaders in different areas because every area is different and has different needs. People like you and I are going to be the first wave of leaders. Like George Washington was the first president. He did his 4 years, then he went back to being a cherry farmer. Then you bring in the next commoner for 4 years, and he goes back to doing what he's doing. Then you always have that connection back to the people instead of the broken ass system that we have today. People like Nancy Pelosi, John Kennedy, all these people that have been in Congress for 40 and 50 years, Chuck Schumer, they're all worth hundreds of millions of dollars, making $150,000 a year. But that's all going to be changed. Everybody's going to be held accountable for everything that's happened to us in the last 75 years. And that's hard to believe because most people will say, well, nobody ever does anything. Well, President Trump is. You're not going to get the truth from the fake news. All they're going to do is keep up making lies about him. The Epstein list. They never have anything about policies or changing anything to make it better for us, the people. It's always about Trump doing this or Trump said that. What about all the good things he's done? The stock market is through the roof. The tariffs have worked. He closed the borders. By the way, I got my ICE bandana on today. And people are up in arms that they're getting rid of all the illegal immigrants. 40% of the ICE agents are Latino heritage. So all they're doing is enforcing the law. If you're breaking the law of this country and you don't belong here, you need to go home. It's that simple. It has nothing to do with racism. Do it the right way. Do it like my family did. Then you're more than welcome. And the last thing I wanted to say while I got this on was I will never forget this. I went to jail during the pandemic because I wouldn't wear this on my face in the gym. A medical device, a t-shirt, a medical device. People seem to want to forget what they did to us the last 6 years, especially the kids during the pandemic, and how they guilted you into taking that poison. And YouTube can take my video down. I don't really give a shit because it's poison. Dr. Fauci is a lion. He's a lion man. I can't say what I want to really call him, but 6 feet, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, herd immunity, natural immunity, doesn't work, doesn't block transmission, keeps you from dying. It was all lies, no science involved. I'm more of a scientist than Dr. Fauci is. So yeah, I went to jail because I wouldn't wear a t-shirt on my face. Lose your job because you wouldn't take the jab. Your mother died in the hospital because you couldn't visit her because you might catch the flu. Matrix is crumbling, people. We're taking it back. This shit show's over. The Matrix is done. The news is going to keep telling lies about the president. And I'm going to make a statement here. Donald Trump's going to go down as one of the greatest presidents this country's ever had, to stand up and take on the deep state like he has. They bribed him. They tried to kill him. They tried to do everything to him. But he loves his country and he loves his people, you and I. He states it over and over again. They're not out to get me. They're out to get you. And he points at us. And they're well on their way until he put his foot down and he stopped Hillary Clinton from completing the mission in 2016. We win. It's just a matter of us raising our consciousness as a collective, loving each other, stop judging each other. And that's the hardest thing for me to do because I still want to judge people. That's a 3D trait, a matrix trait. In the fifth dimension, we judge nobody because there's no reason to. Because there's no want, there's no need, there's no greed. It's just abundant joy and authenticity for everybody. I just heard my hummingbirds go by. But anyway, very humble and grateful. It's a beautiful day today here at the CIA Facebook. But anyway, see you on the next one. Stay positive. We're headed to the fifth dimension. Namaste.